Hello everyone, it's your favorite ski mask growing idiot. So for as long as I can remember, before I really got into the hobby, I knew Nerf blasters as fun for kids, easy to use, extremely casual, and most importantly, soft shooting toys. The majority of dart blasters made by Nerf/Hasbro graciously fall into this category. However, there's another category on the opposite side of things, that being the high performance category. The two biggest dividers between these two is the velocity in which darts are fired at and the companies that produce the blasters. Nerf has undoubtedly been the king brand of foam dart blasters for the past few decades, which has had the unfortunate effect of other blaster brands like Buzzbee and X-Shot being labeled as Nerf knockoffs. But recently, with the rise of other brands like Worker, Gameface, XYL, and most importantly Dart Zone, the perspective of these brands has changed from being Nerf knockoffs to actual competitors to Nerf. The biggest difference between these brands and Nerf is their focus on velocity. Unmodified Nerf blasters normally fire at a standard of 70 feet per second, or FPS. High performance blasters, on the other hand, fire at a standard of 150 plus FPS. Naturally, this means that high performance ones shoot much farther and are usually more accurate than most of their unmodified Nerf counterparts. So this must mean that these blasters are objectively better than Nerf ones, right? In reality, high-performance blasters like this one aren't really appropriate for children because of how hard they shoot, and this is reflected by their age rating. High-performance blasters are rated for people ages 14 plus, aka teenagers. Now, does this mean that children in general shouldn't be playing with high-performance blasters like this? Most of the time, I would say yes. But if they know what they're getting into and they're okay with it, then, let them. But most kids aren't going to be fine with being hit by a 200 FPS dart, especially if they're expecting to be hit by something like this. So stock 70 FPS Nerf blasters still very much have a place in the hobby for people who don't want to deal with pain, young kids, and for people who prefer that these blasters really force close quarters fights because of how far they don't shoot. So I don't really understand why some people are really disappointed when Nerf puts out yet another 70 FPS Nerf blaster, because they do have a place in the hobby. But the fact that these products are mostly made for children is not an excuse for them to be shit. So with that out of the way, why would people use high FPS blasters? Well, they shoot harder and they're, most of the time, not really with this one, more accurate. That's a good enough reason to use them, as it makes them very usable for outdoor play and for arenas with long sightlines. There's something very satisfying about seeing a big old hunk of foam like this rip through the air and hit somebody. However, this does create a bit of a divide between these two classes of Nerf. Can you use a low FPS blaster in a high FPS game? Yeah, you'd be put at a disadvantage because of your range, but yeah. Can you use a high FPS blaster in a low FPS game? No. You have such a massive advantage with high FPS blasters that everybody else on the other team using low FPS isn't going to have a good time because it's that unfair. So don't do that, okay? So in conclusion, high and low FPS Nerf both have their own place in the hobby and are both equally valid ways of playing. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any questions or want to add something to the discussion, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.